Hi and welcome back to Vicky Training, Personal Development 365 days a year. So today I'm going to talk about a strange word or a bunch of words that actually have no meaning until we decide what they mean. So, people will say, I have a problem. Now, the word problem, if you look at it from a grammatical point of view, it sits in the place of a noun. So the way that we can test that is to say the same thing as I have sugar and I have coffee, or I have a chair, I have a problem. So we can clearly see from a grammatical sense that problem sits in the place of a noun. Now here's where the problem comes in, so to speak, is that our brain is not been trained to do anything with nouns until we stick in a verb or we actually can describe something to do with that. So for instance, if you say I have coffee, your brain goes cool, and that's it. Nothing more gets done. If you say I have a chair, the brain goes cool, you have a chair, fine, do nothing. I want a chair, the brain goes cool, until I get more instruction about how you're going to get a chair, I'm just going to sit here and do nothing and wait. So as you can clearly see is that when we have just plain statements like that, the brain's not trained to do anything. So here it is. If you say something like, I want confidence, the brain goes, cool, I'll just wait around and see what you're going to do about getting it. And because we don't actually, in the way that we phrase it, give it some action, no action is taken. So typically speaking, when we use that kind of abstract or ambiguous words like problem, confidence, happiness, assertiveness, communication, all those kind of words, they're not real words. So therefore the brain goes, cool, do nothing with that. And that's when we feel stuck in our lives because there's no solution. So how do we test if one of these words is actually one of those abstract words? Well, here's a simple analogy. If you can take that word and stick it in a wheelbarrow, it's a proper noun. It's a real noun. So therefore, sugar, I can put in a wheelbarrow. Chair, I can put in a wheelbarrow. Table, I can put that in a wheelbarrow. Confidence, oh, can't put that in a wheelbarrow. Happiness, can't put that in a wheelbarrow. Problem, can't put that in a wheelbarrow. Which then tells me that that abstract noun actually should have been a verb, a doing word. So some of those abstract nouns cannot go into verbs, like love can. So love can become loving, which then allows the brain to actually follow through and have some action, giving you some solutions, some ideas on what you can go and do in order to be more loving. So rather than saying, I want love, which the brain goes, cool, let me know what you want to do. And if we don't think further, nothing happens. If you say, I want to be more loving, the brain starts to look for solutions. So if you can't change it from love to loving, so for instance, like problem, you can't go probleming, then it becomes an adverb. In other words, it describes a verb. So you'll say, so for instance, if you say, I have a problem, your brain goes, cool, do nothing with that. So you want to change that into something that becomes a solution-based suggestion in your unconscious mind. So you'll say, what is it that you are finding problematic? So in other words, the finding, or what are you experiencing that is problematic. So now we are saying that the experiencing is a problematic. What specifically is problematic to the way that you're experiencing things now? And therefore it will start to chunk it down. In other words, make it more specific so that you can start identifying where the problem is, or how you want to be communicating, or how do you want to behave more happily. It starts to give you solutions on what to do, and therefore it shifts. So here's the interesting thing. When I hear somebody says, I have a problem, I'm thinking, no, you don't. You just are putting it in such a way that you're freezing up your unconscious mind, and therefore you have no solutions, or you feel like you have no solutions, and as a result, you feel stuck. So go and free yourself from those kind of words, and I'll see you tomorrow, and all the best.